Welcome to the 2021 Black Ink, a Charleston African American Book Festival. My name is Dewana Brockington, and I'm the chair of the Black Ink Committee. Our committee, along with the Charleston Friends of the Library, are so pleased to host you. In our 5th year, this one looks a little differently. As a result of the current COVID-19 pandemic, we are joining you virtually. But make no mistake, this festival is still packed with various ways of amplifying the voices of Black authors. We are here to expose you to the diversity that exists amongst writers in the Lowcountry and beyond. During this festival, you will hear from local and nationally known authors, publishing professionals, advocates, librarians, and more. Whether you're a writer yourself, an avid reader, or you want to learn about new perspectives, there's something here for you. So let's take a look around. We are hosting this festival on AirMeet, and the dashboard is easy to navigate. On the left side of your screen, you'll see the different areas of the festival. The Sessions button is where all the programs will be viewed, including our keynote address on Saturday. You can even set up your own schedule based on the programs you'd like to attend, or just show up to any program in progress. During the sessions, you can check out who else is there, chat with other attendees, and submit questions to the speakers. And next is the lounge, where you can connect with other festival attendees. We've set up different tables of interest. Just take a virtual seat and start a conversation. Below that is the arena, and this is where you can engage directly with our authors and sponsors. Select a booth, take a seat, start to chat. Here you can learn about the works of Black Ink's featured authors and learn more about our host and partners, like the Charleston Friends of the Library and more. Also in the arena is the Black Ink Info Desk. This is your home base and will include festival announcements and information, a site map, and more. If you run into any trouble and need assistance, just email us at support@blackinkcharleston.org or use the report feature in the upper right corner of your screen to contact the host. From all of us at Black Ink, we hope you enjoy this year's festival.
Good. Hi, and welcome to the 2021 Black Ink Book Festival. My name is Savannah, and I'm the programming chair for this year's festival. Thank you so much for attending this very first panel full of our amazing featured authors. This panel is Getting to Know You, Author Edition, Children's, Middle Grade, and Young Adult. They will be reading for 5 minutes, or up to 5 minutes from their books, and there will be no Q&A session afterwards. However, you will have an opportunity to learn more about these authors if you go to the arena section and visit their virtual booths. With that, we're going to start with Jay Cameron.
Well, hello, and thank you very much for having me today. My name is Jay Cameron. I'm a children's book author with an emphasis on children's books that focus on the continent of Africa in an effort to inspire travel and to actually change the narrative, because for so long many of us have seen the negative images. So what my goal is to show the positive side of Africa, and it's more than 50 countries. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my first children's book. It's The Adventures of Darren and Destiny, and they travel to Ghana in West Africa. Guess what? Dad said to the twins. We are going to Africa. Why? Darren questioned. Well, because I want you to know that there are other places besides America. But Daddy, what is shown on television are those who don't have food or a place to live, and it looks sad there, Destiny moaned. Oh, honey, Mom interrupted. Some places are deprived in Africa, but not everywhere. It's a huge continent with many countries, Mom added as she walked to give Destiny a pat on her back. Darren and Destiny became excited about visiting new places. They were going to Ghana, a country that's almost twice the size of New York State. The twins were excited, but the trip was a few weeks away. Every day, Darren and Destiny looked at the map and wondered what Africa was going to be like. Were they going to see lions, elephants, and giraffes? How would the food look and taste? Where were they going to sleep? The night before the trip, Darren and Destiny could hardly sleep. The big day had finally come. But before they could go to Africa, they had to go to the airport to get on an airplane. As they waited in line at the airport, their mom handed them their passports. These are special passes so you can fly to another country, Mom eagerly explained. Darren and Destiny found lots of cool things to do on the plane. They watched movies, read books, and played games. When they looked out of the window, they saw how close the plane was to the clouds. When they saw the ocean, Darren shouted, "Look at all the water!" After flying all night, they landed in Accra, the capital of Ghana. While on their way to the hotel, they were amazed by the people who were selling goods next to the road. They sold things like foods, clothes, toys, and even furniture. Darren and Destiny had not seen anything like it. Destiny pointed to a little girl who was selling beautiful pottery. When they arrived at the hotel, they peered out of the window and saw people at the swimming pool. Surprised, Darren yelled, "Look, it's a swimming pool, and people are swimming in it." Mom laughed and said, "Yes, there are lots of beautiful swimming pools in Ghana." Confused, Darren asked, "Why don't they show us this part of Africa on television? I only saw sad things." Mom nodded and answered, "I know, honey, but I promise you, you will see and learn a lot of new things on this trip." The next day, their tour guide, Nana, took them to the Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Museum. He was the first president of Ghana after it gained independence from British rule in 1957. Darren and Destiny saw his car and many items he used during his lifetime. They also learned about his favorite saying, "Forward ever, backwards never." "What is British rule?" Destiny asked. "That's an excellent question," Dad answered. "We're going to learn more about it as we tour through Ghana." Next, they visited Independence Square. A large monument was built to celebrate Ghana's independence. It's easy to recognize because of the large black stars at the top. It is also the location where many official parades are held. The third place they visited was the W.E.B. Du Bois Center. Dr. Du Bois was born in 1868 and was an important person in America during the early 1900s. He was involved in the civil rights movement and wrote many books. He moved to Ghana upon invitation from the president and to write. He died there in 1963. The family went to their hotel that night thinking about everything they learned about Dr. Du Bois. The next day, Darren and Destiny went to the Art Center in Accra. They met a man named Isaac who lived in Ghana. "Are you ready to learn how to play African drums?" Isaac asked them. Darren and Destiny both shouted, "Yeah!" As Isaac showed them the traditional ways to play the drum, Darren and Destiny excitedly laughed. They were having lots of fun. "This is cool," Destiny announced. "I wish all of my friends could do this." "They can," Isaac assured as he cast the little girl a broad smile. "Take a drum home and teach them." This is just an excerpt of the adventures of Darren and Destiny. We also have an entire series where they're going to be featured. Tanzania, that's another country, and that's in East Africa. We're also taking them to Zanzibar. They're climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. They're going to Ethiopia, Benin, Togo. Those are two other countries, as well as Cote d'Ivoire, also known as the Ivory Coast. And we also take them to Salvador in Brazil. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share a little bit about the adventures of Darren and Destiny.
Next up is Awesome. Greetings, Black Ink Festival. My name is San Griffin, and I am the author of 3 books called Black Hair Love, the Black Hair Love series. We have Black Hair Love for preschoolers, Black Hair Love, which I will be reading from today, and Black Hair Love for teens and up.
The beautiful imagery is created by IGL Charles of South Carolina, one of your own. So I would love for you all to check out my book, and I'm going to get started reading. Okay. I'm going to start with a dedication because I think it may be something we all have in common. This book is dedicated to my late grandmother, Mary, who looked forward to combing my hair when I came over on the weekends. Those were wonderful bonding moments I still hold dear. Also to my father, Mr. Irvin, thanks for teaching me how to braid my first plait when I was a young girl. Additionally, to my late mother, Mrs. Pat, and my late maternal grandmother, Liz, thank you for always encouraging me to be creative. Finally, I dedicate this book to Morgan Elizabeth, my little cheerleader. Love you. I'm going to start with florets. Like an exotic bloom growing from the kiss of the sun, beaming with delight as water takes flight, your beautiful hair is too, a unique flower growing straight up to kiss the sun. Beam on. Hold your head up. Don't look down. Have you ever seen a prince or a king with a bowed crown? Let your confidence exude and beam straight through your hair. Just smile if they stare. Perhaps you are shining so bright, they are having a hard time adjusting their pupils to your glorious sight. Don't dim your light. And this is a concrete poem right here. Coils, curls, coils. Moisturize with heavenly oils. You were designed to receive, intercept the most intricate messages from on high. Smile with a sigh. Your antenna is built from within. For this, you are sanguine. Head wrap favor. We can't leave the head wraps out. Wrapped, twirled, and zapped with love. My hair is protected like hands in a glove. Red, yellow, or green. The color's not as important as the theme. Beads galore. Oh, my beads. Forget over the rainbow. You are the rainbow. So bright, colorful, with delight. Thread them on, place them on, rubber band in your hand. Lock them tight, that's right. Clicking and clacking, the sound of love we adore. The sound of beads galore. Once again, beautiful imagery by IGL Charles of South Carolina. Young King. My brother, my prince, growing king, you must master what self-control means. Observe Frederick Douglass, Jesse Owens, and Dr. Charles Drew. They were pioneers at best who knew. Their hair was hard, strong, and coarse, like they had to be to help change this galaxy. You're one whether you have a twist out, flat top, or bald fade. No, you have a powerful lineage that was laid. You are the dream. The tighter the knot, the closer the thought. Your genes are connected to the richest continent on the earth. Delicate minerals, gems, and natural resources flow in abundance. So does every follicle that oozes out of your rich pores on your head. Likewise is a precious natural resource. Wear Africa's legacy with pride. Don't let other idle opinions override. Woke up like this. How many of you all wake up like that? Wake up. Your hair standing straight up on top of your head. A constant reminder is not dead. A constant reminder you are a seed. hair growing straight up to the sun, not a weed, but like gladiolus, tulips, and sunflowers. A constant reminder you didn't come on the Mayflower. A constant reminder you are unique and you should adore every nook and cranny. Why? Because you are beautifully and wonderfully made. Tell the naysayers, stop throwing shade. And the name of this artwork is Black Boy Joy by I.G. Charles. And I'll read one more. To box or not to box? See the little girl jumping out of the box. Don't fret. It's hard to conform and fit inside the box that others built. People's wooden expectations can never tame your natural sentiments. When creativity exudes and oozes from your follicles, actually, it's an organic flow as ancient as the pyramids and Kwanzaa River. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed me reading some of the inserts from my book, Black Hair Love. This is the juvenile edition. Once again, I have the young adult and teens and preschool version. Please connect with me. My information is there. And thank you all for the opportunity for sharing today at the Black Ink Festival. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, San. And next up, yes, you too, and stick around. And next up is Sabriyah. Come on down.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if everyone can hear me. Well, I can't hear anyone, so I don't know how this has been going, but I'm just going to go ahead and start reading. I hope y'all can hear me. I couldn't hear anyone else, so sorry if this is not how this was supposed to go. Oh, okay, great. Y'all can hear me. Okay. Hi, I'm Sabriyah Richardson. I'm the author of When the Sun Disappeared. It's a young adult fiction novel. I'm going to read kind of towards the middle of the book, kind of towards the climax of the plot, if you say. Okay. Fall had begun finally. I was through with summer, all of it. I did not want any parts of it any longer. No more sweltering heat, and I had convinced myself when the summer ended, all my dreadful feelings attached to it would cease too. I was wrong yet again. September was National Suicide Awareness Month. I expected to walk through the doors of school and be bombarded with suicide prevention material. In past years, they had a giant mural up in the hallway, donning the words National Suicide Prevention Month. This wasn't the first suicide this town had ever seen. In fact, Sunny was just a painful notch in the line of sudden and gut-wrenching deaths that Silver Roads had seen. The last one to take place at our school was 3 years prior, another young black man. His had nothing to do with the girl, though, from my understanding, but tragic nevertheless. The school was a lot better handling his death than Sunny's, in my opinion. Sunny wasn't allowed to have a candle vigil, a balloon release, or anything, honestly. They rarely even said his name out loud. It's against district policy was their justification. If he had died in a car accident or an illness, we could, but the district doesn't want to make it look like we're glorifying death by suicide. It enraged me every time I heard it. How do you look a bunch of 16-year-olds in the eyes and tell them that they can't grieve their friend out loud because of how he died? That was the exact eyes. As society, we glorify hidden and closeted emotions. Everyone's afraid to feel any emotion but cool out loud. Maybe if we did more things out loud when it came to people, if we loved people out loud more, there wouldn't even be a reason to have a candle visual. They shut down any talk of honoring Sunny on school grounds, and his name was treated as a taboo. Out of all 7 classes I had, I experienced one formal talk about Sunny in one classroom, one time, and that talk was all BS in my opinion. But hey, what did I know? That entire week in school, the topic was rarely touched on, and I just couldn't help but wonder why not. This year, more than any year, is when they should be touching on the topic of suicide more than ever. We needed the adults in our life to validate the subject more than ever. and everyone was sweeping it under the rug as if it just didn't happen and as if mental health and suicide was a dirty word. That Thursday happened to be a therapy Thursday. All that meant was Mom got me out of school an hour and a half early, and we made the 30-minute drive across town to the hospital where a psychology wing resided. I look forward to therapy Thursday. It was often the little ray of sunshine in my otherwise dismal life. This Thursday consisted of me ranting to my therapist, Miss Gina, about the mismanagement of not only Sunny's suicide altogether, but by our teachers, our principal, our school district, and literally everyone had proved utterly incompetent about the issue, in my opinion. I just want to remember Sunny loudly, I exclaimed. I don't understand why it would kill them to put a bench in the courtyard in his name, put a picture of him up on a wall, carve his name into a tree and dedicate it to him. Why can't they just put any bit of respect on his legacy in the school? Miss Gina had stopped scrawling her notes and lifted her head to meet my eye. You have progressed in your grieving process excellently, Rainey. There's stages to this mourning process, and although you feel you have been stagnant in the anger and the heaviness of the bitter feeling phase, I think you just might have transitioned into the phase where the trials lead to your testimony. All pain can be manifested into a purpose, as a lot of our pain comes from a broken system. Pain and purpose can coincide if you let it. I think you're very close to finding your purpose. If you harbor on any feelings from this situation, from Sunny's death, let it be these. You've seen the effects of a broken system twice now. How do you change it? That night, I could hardly slept. I could not get Miss Gina's words out of my head. How do I change the system? And then I thought maybe it is not about changing it or making them see the error of their ways. Maybe it is about doing it outside of the system and creating your own. And that's when my mind began to run a mile a minute. I ran downstairs to find Mom in the office and told her I wanted to host an event of our own in Sunny's honor, but the main purpose being to bring everyone together who had ever been impacted by suicide, an awareness event. Mom was immediately supportive, and there we were brainstorming how to pull this off at 2 a.m. on a Thursday night. Mom and I had created the flyer, and the event became to life in all of the span of 3 hours. The flyer read, "The Ridge family hosts a Suicide Prevention and Awareness Day. Everyone is invited to come support, highlight, and learn the importance of suicide prevention during National Suicide Awareness Month."
Thank you so much, Sabriyah. That was wonderful. And finally, our last speaker for the panel is Sasha.
Good morning, hopefully everybody can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't hear you guys, but hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So my name is spelled like Sasha, but it's actually Sasha, right? I have written 3 children's books. The first one is Layla Perseveres. The second one is Malik Chooses Generosity. And the third one is Peace Protest. The first 2 books are character books on helping to build character within children. And so the third book is just a fun book that I wrote. You may hear some toys playing in the background because my baby is right now playing in the background, so that I can actually.
All right, Sasha. Hi, Sasha. You can get started again.
Okay, it was only Tuesday, and Layla was already frustrated with the amount of schoolwork that that she had to do each day. Layla looks around and notices the other students are already finished. They're laying on their iPads. She thinks to herself, I'll just turn my work in and get on my iPad. This is just too difficult. Backstage. Never mind. Just then, Byron approaches Layla and asks her if she wants to challenge him on Math Wizards on the iPad. Layla accepts the challenge and leaves her incompleted work on her seats. I know there are probably some kids who do that. You get so frustrated with your work that you end up leaving your work to go play and do something else because you don't want to do work. It happens, but we're going to learn how to persevere. While playing Math Wizards, Layla gets frustrated and quits in the middle of the game. She accuses Byron of cheating because he was getting all the answers right. During writing time, Layla decided to write about basketball. She loves basketball, but she hates writing. Her teacher was told her to write about something.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. You know, it happens, doesn't it? The internet likes to do what it does sometimes. But what we're going to do is we're going to have Sasha do her reading tomorrow morning at that panel for the children's, middle grade, and young adult authors. But in the meantime, please go to the arena area and visit the author's virtual booth where you can look at links for how you can buy their books. Find them on social media, visit their websites, and please do click the I'm interested button on the upper right corner of or actually the bottom right corner of their banner so that you can keep up with them and they can reach out to you after the festival. So thank you so much to all of our authors who did their readings today, and we'll see you at the next panel. Bye, y'all.